Well, let me show you my other gift that I got on our no gift Christmas.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Your lady is putting you to shame. Oh, whoa, what's going on here? Kosher
Kosher
salt.
salt. Is,
Diamond
is that
kosher
that's a
salt.
sock?
Yeah.
That's the brand.
Diamond kosher
That's the brand
salt.
we have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have that box in my cupboard. I just used some.
Nice.
That's an awesome sock.
Yes. Hopefully for my birthday, I get the other one.
What happens when three high school friends reunite during a Trump apocalypse? I'll tell you what happens. They do a podcast, little buddy.
Nice country you got there. It'd be a shame if something happened to it.
You are watching Generation Exile.
No, Song Sung Blue, the movie with Hugh Jackman playing a Neil Diamond impersonator.
Song blue.
I've never heard of that.
I didn't
wait,
either.
Is that a charade? You making up a movie?
No, it's a real movie, and it broke.
No, you didn't come in on the middle of a game, Jared.
Yeah, it broke.
Are you sure?
It broke me.
Dave was just saying it really. He really connected with this film.
Are you sure you didn't just see the Chaz Palminteri film where he plays Neil Sedaka?
Does he play Neil Sedaka?
It's great. It's called I'm Neil, damn it. I cried like a baby.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a very emotionally wrenching movie. Not in the way that like It's a Wonderful Life is, which is like a lot of sentimentality and like you cry at some things, but it's like happy cries or like whatever. This was like, I don't know, just goddamn. And I can't stop listening to Neil Diamond since I saw the movie. So that was my Christmas.
My dad, Joel Newberger, he worked at a Boy Scout camp when he was young. He was a young man. And he was in charge of all the counselors. And he had a counselor working for him. He used to break out the guitar at the campfires, play a few songs.
Was it Neil Diamond?
And my dad said to Neil Diamond, yeah, you should probably, look for a real job.
What?
Okay.
True story.
So wait.
You're kidding? And it was Neil Diamond?
Yeah. It's very possible
Which
that
would
Neil
have been a
Diamond,
tremendous story.
his whole career was based on the rejection from some Jewish guy who worked at camp. And that inspired him, egged him on.
Well, you know what? I mean, your dad wasn't all wrong. Just in the sense that Neil Diamond has some of the dumbest fucking lyrics that have ever been written or sung. Allow me to elaborate.
Please.
I said, to no one there, and no one heard it all, not even the chair.
It's a Dr. Seuss, or is that Neil Diamond?
That's Neil Diamond.
It's Shel Silverstein.
Now, all right. So first of all, I said, to no one there. Okay. So you're like having a moment.
I said.
But then he goes, and no one heard at all. Well, of course no one heard at all. No one was there, Neil. And
So
then
it's just redundant.
and then not even the chair? Why would I expect a chair? Let me give you the lyrics to my favorite Neil Diamond song, Crunchy Granola Sweet.
Yes, please. Okay.
I got a song been on my mind, and the tune can be sung and the words all rhyme. Okay, Neil, you've just defined a song. That's it. All right. And then it goes on to say, and it don't say much and it won't offend, but if you sing it at school, they're liable to send you home, never knowing what you're growing. You're showing your own tea.
Is that really the lyrics?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And if it doesn't say much and it won't offend, why would they send you home from school for singing it? And what does that got to do with growing tea? It just, fucking great song though.
So Joel Newberger also told a young man by the name of Jeremy Newberger not to go into filmmaking. Just putting that out there.
It's always good to go against Joel Neuberger's advice.
I really wish your dad had given me some advice to rebel against.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, me and Neil Diamond share that. Do you not like Love on the Rocks?
I like that song, all right.
Yeah.
It's not one of his better ones. I'm more of an early Neil Diamond fan, 60s and 70s. The Jazz Singer soundtrack, which had Love on the Rocks, has a couple of classics, but that was pretty much his last good album.
What's that? Today in America.
Called America.
What's that?
America.
Yeah. On
That
the
one's pretty,
boats
like-
and on the planes.
Yeah.
They're coming to America.
To America.
Boom, boom, boom.
Who's he singing about? Immigrants or
Immigrants.
It'd be great to blast that song outside of Stephen Miller's house on that Air Force base, like 24 hours a day,
I would.
just in repeat. That would be a service.
On the boats and on the planes. They were coming to America. Never looking back again. They were coming to America. Never looking back again.
What did you do on Christmas?
I went to a Christmas Eve.
Oh, that's right. You married a shiksa.
Yeah. Yeah, ex-Shiksa.
Right,
But my
but
wife's
the family
sister is still Shiksa in practice. But so we went to, Christmas Eve dinner, and it was nice.
You
Good
celebrated
times.
Christmas Eve with the Goyim, huh?
I did, and we even had a little Santa Claus in the morning. We slept over and opened gifts and all that, so I got the full experience with the mishpucha.
Nice. Ah, how wonderful.
Yes, and now I
Beautiful.
believe in Jesus Christ, our Savior and Lord. No,
Well,
I'm kidding.
that's all it takes, really, is one gift.
Yeah, or 3 gifts from the Magi. You see, I'm still a little brainwashed.
I had kind of a troubling Christmas in the sense that I was visited by the ghost of Christmas future imperfect conditional. So it brought news of what would have been going to happen if I were to not have been going to change my ways. It was very unsettling, but I woke up great the next day.
I'm going to need the Cliff Notes to this joke, if you don't mind.
No, we gotta hang up now because there's no joke that's gonna be better than that one. I fucking love that joke.
I didn't coin it. I totally ripped it. But,
What the dickens?
yeah, it's all over. It's a meme on the internet. But
Yeah.
I did do a joyous reading of it. So let me share with you, if I could step away for just a second, one of my Christmas gifts. I want to show you one of the things I
Yeah.
got.
Go ahead. Leave that beautiful chair of yours for me to see.
I got a yo-yo.
Oh,
We agreed.
that was your gift?
Well, we agreed we weren't going to give each other gifts, and then she got me a gift anyway, and it's a yo-yo, which I'm very excited about.
Dave was born to yo. Let's face it.
Yeah.
Are you going to walk the dog?
Oh, I have already walked the dog. I have
Of course he has.
I have rocked the cradle. I have gone around the world.
Have you impersonated Neil Diamond?
No,
You know that one?
No, that's an advanced trick. I'm gonna go to the yo-yo guy class and figure that one out.
One of the things I wanted for Christmas was a dash cam. So Karen was a total sweetheart, and she got me a dash cam. I've seen too many videos of, people like trying to commit insurance fraud on other people, and were it not for the dash cam footage, it seems that saves the day sometimes. So, it wasn't like, oh God, I really want one, but she got me one, and I was all psyched. And then I was
Your
talking to
car-
my brother.
It just attaches externally to your car? Like a suction cup?
No. Internally, you like stick it up on the windshield, and it wirelessly syncs with your phone through an app. And so I was like, sweet. And then I'm talking to my brother Tom today, and he's like, "Let me ask you, Mike, is that made in China? Because I just don't want the CCP getting all your conversations recorded." And so it got me on a little paranoid streak. And this is actually the camera. So it does say Red Tiger.
Yeah, that's very
which-
Chinese.
which is a little, and it sure enough is made in China, but you know,
get
so is a lot of stuff. And
Do you get sleepy 30 minutes after using it?
no, now I'm all paranoid if it's a spying device, but I think I'll still probably give it a try, give it access to my phone and contacts. So if Red Tiger reaches out to you guys, I just want you to speak well of me.
I might be the wrong guy to be worried about Chinese intervention in your life, because I've actually taken money from a Chinese tech company to create content. So I think
You've partnered with Chinese partners.
I have. Hailuo.
I eat their food regularly.
Yes. As do I. I got my son complained that we're having too much Chinese food. It's in the rotation too much.
It's not a
over here.
phrase I'm familiar with, but
No, nor I. I thought if ever a moment to disown him, that was
complain
it.
about that. I complain when there's too much Chinese food.
well,
Really?
Well,
Yeah,
but you know what?
I have my limit.
You're not Jewish though, so I have a book called. It's got a bunch of recipes in it, and it's called "The 100 Most Jewish Foods." And one of the most Jewish foods listed in the book is Chinese food.
Egg foo young.
No, just Chinese
Which-
food. There's no
in general.
Yeah, there's no recipe for that one. It's just Chinese food, and then a whole write up on how Chinese food is about the most Jewish thing you can eat.
Amen. Hallelujah. Amen. Yeah. I agree. And I took umbrage with his accusations because, in my estimation, we're having Chinese food from a store once every 2 weeks and home cooked once every other week. So, yes, there is a Chinese meal every week, but one is store bought and the other is homemade.
Right.
Does that make it too much?
Nope.
No, I don't think so. Especially the homemade one.
No, I mean,
Because-
I'm velveting my chicken to make General Chow's over here.
Karen made a curry chicken the other night that was very good.
Nice.
Did you velvet the chicken? Did she velvet the chicken?
I don't know, but the chicken was very.
Can you ask her?
You tend not
Sure,
to
I
velvet chicken for
will.
Indian food, though.
Oh, why not?
It's just not a thing they do.
What does that mean to
Oh.
velvet the chicken?
So you take a bowl, you put your chicken cubes in the bowl, you add a tablespoon of soy sauce, a tablespoon of cornstarch, and some lesser amount of oil. And then you splash around the chicken cubes so that it gets all painted. And then you just let it sit for about 20 minutes.
Okay.
And then you're ready to cook your chicken, and it now has the texture and feel of restaurant quality chicken. It's not rubbery. It's, I mean, quite delicious, actually.
I gotta jump in here for a second. That's a marinade. That's not velveting the chicken.
I mean,
Although it does, I mean, I do the same because it does
Yeah.
it does make it that much more authentic. But velveting is the act of making the chicken more tender. And there's a whole process that involves egg whites that I never do.
yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I've seen that.
There's the one that I do, instead of velveting it, is I beat the shit out of the chicken. You take your cut up chicken, you put some baking soda on it, and you just manhandle it and squeeze it and beat it, and then rinse it off.
I have to take umbrage with your umbrage with my velveting.
All right.
I don't, of course I say this with nothing but love, but if you search up velveting chicken, it will agree
Yeah.
with what I've just told you.
It seems the marinade is integral to the velveting.
So
process.
unless
Yeah, but the velveting part, you like pre-cook the chicken before throwing it into the stir fry. You have to like boil it or simmer it.
you're saying that I'm just doing the sort of what do you call it? The foreplay of velveting,
Yes.
and not the actual coitus of velveting.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. I'm not. I bet your chicken's delicious. I'm not saying you're doing it wrong. It's just the wrong
Yeah.
word. It's the word I have a problem with.
So what is the opening? The overture of velveting called that I'm doing?
You're marinating it.
I'm marinating my chicken.
Yeah, in a very specific Chinese style marinade.
Yeah.
You should throw some
I mean-
Shaoxing cooking wine in there too. It's
I will do that on my next pre-velveting
Yeah.
chicken prep.
Yeah. But it definitely gives, I mean, just doing that and not doing the whole velveting shtick, I mean, still makes the texture really nice. It's like, wait.
Yeah, night and day.
Yeah.
Look, look, look over there, we're right there. It's the velvet chicken, so smooth, smooth. And tender chicken, tender. It's the velvet chicken, picking dinner for you.
I wanted to show you guys, you got a yo-yo. This is a grab bag present I got. It is a warmer of mugs that you plug in by, I guess, is this still considered the USB, right?
Yes,
this is a
that
USB.
is a USB.
So you plug this end into the USB, and it came with a black mug that you put on top of it. But that's not a mug I would drink out. I have collected and aggregated mugs over the years of places I've been, and so I'm not going to use the generic black mug for my warming. However, I've discovered that this thing works terribly. It does not crack the coffee above lukewarm in any of the normal mugs that it came with.
Suggestion.
And yeah,
Fill up a
sit
mug.
on it.
No, fill up your own mug of coffee. Have another mug of coffee in the generic black mug at the ready, and when you finished your first mug, fill it up from the one. Fill your preferred
Eating in the
mug.
black
Yeah.
mug.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I wonder if this even heats. I have not tried the generic mug that comes with it yet.
Probably doesn't work much better with the mug.
I can't imagine that it does because of the low temperature heating it does on the regular mug.
But see, my guess is that it's induction and using magnets and not actual heat,
Oh,
Interesting.
and that's why it has a very
interesting.
specific mug.
I mean, it does say by the directions not to drop paper or any things on the coil part.
Oh yeah.
And that would not be a magnet, reaction. The buttonage that turns it on is like a peculiar little switch on the top.
Yeah.
That in order to actually get to do it, you have to hold it with your hands. It's a dangerous little toy.
does the plate get hot? The plate gets physically hot.
The plate gets hot, but not like scorching. Because if it did, it would probably heat the coffee better. So I have it on my desk because my son got it for me. I love my son. And and I'm wishful that someday it will start working, but quite frankly, so far, not so good. And the company,
Honestly, as soon as I see that USB-A plug, I know that's a thoughtless gift.
anything USB-A is bad, right?
Well, 'cause
You need a
I know a
a
computer
C
you
plug
have. You don't have a USB-C.
for a real gift.
No, I have to get like a little doohickey device that changes it over, which I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to plug this into my computer. First off, it was made in China.
Right.
Yep.
So it's sus. Second off, do I want to be encouraging beverage heating in my computer? That feels like antithetical to the keep food and drink away from your computer.
That's true. Good point.
You don't want to I don't want to plug a toaster in and start making muffins. I'm not going to heat
That
my
actually
coffee.
sounds
with
like a
it.
really good idea.
A muffin heater?
No, a
toaster?
USB powered toaster.
But you just said that you wouldn't get anything USB. That's thoughtless.
No, not USB-A, because nobody has USB-A.
Ah, I see.
I got USB-C all out.
Hear me out on this. Uranium powered coffee warmer.
I like it.
You don't need to plug it in.
Clean energy.
You just
No emissions.
Yep, it's clean energy.
24 ounces of coffee. Sorry, that was my best Doc impression.
Might be a little bit radioactive at some point, but
Right.
you will enjoy warm coffee.
Yeah. So this is where I'm at this Christmas.
Nice. Actually, I got also for Christmas something that I asked Karen for was an edition of Mouse, the graphic
that's
novel
right.
by
Yeah.
Art
You
Spiegelman.
mentioned.
Have you read
Sure.
it yet?
And I did get that. I'm about a quarter of the way through, so I did start on it.
Spoiler alert, they all die at the end. Sorry.
But
Wait a minute. You're only a quarter away through. It's a comic book. What's taking you so long? You went to Yale. You didn't have to read James Joyce and other heavy shit.
I like to look at all the pictures.
The images are part
a
of the
graphic
text,
novel.
Jeremy.
I understand it's a comic book, and that
I take my time with them.
People who read comic books usually go.
Yeah. But it's obviously powerful stuff, and just so intriguing to create these metaphors and portray. I mean, it almost sounds like a bad joke. It almost sounds like the producer's idea of Hitler on ice. Let's make a comic book about the Holocaust. But it's incredibly thoughtful and thought-provoking. And I have you guys read this?
I prefer. Yeah, of course. I prefer my genocides non-anamorphic, but if you're gonna anamorphicize your genocide, Art Spiegelman is the guy to do it. I love both books, Mouse 1 and 2. Did you get both of them? It was like a set.
It's the complete work, so maybe I'm halfway through it and not a quarter of the way through it. If we're talking about book 1. Yeah,
wait, they combined it? They made book 1 and 2 one book?
I believe so, because it's the complete. It says the complete work. So
wow.
I'm pretty sure it's at least 1 and 2. I don't know if there was anything after that.
There was only one part of Mouse I did not enjoy.
Is it going to spoil anything for me if you tell it?
I don't know. Can you leave the room?
It looks like things are going to end up great for the Jews. So.
It has nothing to do with the story of the Spiegelman character's experience in the Holocaust.
Mm-hmm.
It would be, I guess, like a side journey part of the book. Dave, how's your memory of Mouse?
Not great. The last time I read it was in 2012, and I was reading it for like writing an essay on something bigger. So,
right. I don't think this will ruin it, Mike. I wouldn't do that to you. But there is a section of Mouse where it pulls out from the mouse tale of the Holocaust, and it is maybe what the illustrator in the book is drawing, and it took me out of the story. Does that make sense?
Okay. In the same way that the animator died of a heart attack in Holy Grail, Monty Python and the Holy Grail takes you out of the story.
I mean, I kind of like that part of that movie, but in this, this was not exactly like a stark raving mad comedy that I was like looking for diversions from.
Right.
This was, the sweet Holocaust story of a mouse.
Right.
So
fair.
I found it a little dark and a little like comic booky that moment, but it is what it is. The book is still a classic, beautifully, written and illustrated, and Spiegelman is a genius and his story is compelling. So my poo-pooing has nothing to do with your experience.
No, I know.
But as we talk about every manner of things on the show, I figured you'd appreciate a mouse hater.
Well, it was funny because once again, there was a book in the Romanelli house that had a swastika on the cover.
I remember it.
So I thought of you, Jer.
Now there's 3 books. Or actually, now there's 2 books. Thankfully, they didn't keep Mouse 1 and 2 as separate books, or else you'd have 3 swastikas in your house.
My home, we do not have the rise and fall of the Third Reich on the shelf.
Oh no!
No.
Who got that book in the pack up of the old Rider?
Oh, I don't know. It might have made its way into my hands. I might have given it away. It just, we have a lot of books.
When you give a book like that away, do you have to preface it with, now, I don't espouse this ideology?
No, but I do put it in a wooden box that suddenly the black charring appears on the outside. So, good question, though.
Yeah, thank you. Good response. Yeah. The other gift that I got, by the way, from the very thoughtful Samson in the grab bag is a remote caddy. So it's my gifts were not exactly.
Oh no! A caddy for your remote. Oh, do you have multiple remotes?
We do.
I feel like I like that gift. They're probably how many times you sit down and go, "Where's the fucking remote?"
Every day. So now a little black carry-on wooden box thingy with little shelves. Each remote goes in a slot, and I put it on the TV shelf before we go to bed, and then bring it to the couch so that Michelle and I have our choice of remote.
Some people handle that problem differently by getting a master remote, and you can program it from your other remotes.
Yeah.
If it doesn't pick up, the frequencies directly. I'm going back easily 10 years ago when I tried this, and that sucked.
Right?
It was never consistent. It never worked.
I've done that before.
It was unreliable.
Yeah, like you would run out of batteries and everything you programmed into it would be gone and you'd have to redo it.
Oh, you have to do it again?
Yeah, just to maintain the fucking thing in a useful state was way more work than putting your remotes in a caddy and sticking it on the shelf.
Right. So I think you went the right way, Jared.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
I
good.
think you got a good gift there.
And the remotes have names now. There's the baby remote.
Dasher, Dancer, Prancer.
No, baby remote is probably the best of the names. And that is the Fire Stick specific remote that controls all of the platform engagement. So Apple, Netflix, you want the baby remote. It's usually, hey, where's the baby remote? Or the baby remote's dead. We need to put, batteries in.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on over in the Newberger house.
Speaking of Googling things, Trent and I were having a conversation recently, and he uses a rather, profane username on one of his preferred gaming platforms. And I won't say what it is, but
Discord?
It does have the word shit and cum in the handle. So
both those things?
Yeah, actually. So, in a deconstruction about how this handle might be interpreted by others, I came upon the word and said, "You know what you're describing is
santorum."
Santorum. Yes, thank you, Dave. And it made me wonder. It made me gladly reflect on how the word santorum came to be, which I personally recall. Yeah, and
I thought you said Fantorum.
And it made me wonder, does Rick Santorum still have a Google problem? So I Googled him, and I'm going to share this with you guys.
It's less than his
This is just, everyone pull this up right now. This is Rick Santorum, and the first thing that comes up is pictures. But what is a Santorum slang? And sure enough, here you get a rather nondescript definition of Santorum, as I recall. But it also made me reflect on how that name came to be. And I was right in thinking it was this guy, Dan Savage.
Yes.
Who summoned up all his internet followers.
A right-wing guy.
Somehow.
No. He's a gay sex columnist.
Oh, right.
I mean, he's a sex columnist and he's gay. He's not a columnist about gay sex.
Yeah. He had a very famous blog called
Savage Love.
Savage Love.
I was a big fan back in the day.
I was too, and so I was aware of this at the time. So Rick Santorum did something which he found reprehensible, and I do too. He basically said, gay people shouldn't have a right to be married. And, being a publicly elected official, that opinion carries a certain amount of weight. And so Dan Savage, as an
hang on a
early
second,
internet
because it was
blogger,
he said more than just gay people shouldn't be.
Please.
He then proceeded to add that if you allow gay people to get married, the next step is people are going to start marrying their dogs.
Yes, right. That's absolutely worth adding in that extra color, because it certainly justifies the inspiration Dan Savage found in summoning up all his followers to help redefine the word Santorum on the internet as a bodily fluid mixed with consisting of semen and excrement that comes out of the rectum after anal sex.
And lube.
Is basically what it is.
And lube.
And lube. Thank you,
Don't
Dave.
forget the lube.
I can always count on you to add just the perfect amount of detail where it's needed.
Which, by the way, is a alternative way of velveting chicken.
But I was feeling gleeful and vindicated to see that that definition of santorum is still pretty readily accessible as soon as you Google santorum. So,
By the way, Michael Savage was the right-wing savage radio host I was thinking of. There is indeed a right-wing savage. His name's Michael Savage.
Yes, I recall that as well.
Yeah.
Recall that as well.
But so what's your son's you can't tell us, I guess.
Yeah, I thought I'd keep the full name.
Can you tell us how
you can't get that name now? He's somehow grandfathered into it, and it can't be taken away from him, so he kind of as I would, I think at this point, kind of proudly bears it as his moniker and his handle.
Could you tell us what the relationship is without revealing the name between semen and excrement?
Well, I'll tell you what it is, and we'll just bleep it out.
Yeah.
His handle is. So you can see how a handle like that might, summon up a conversation of santorum.
Right.
We're gonna have to block.
Colloquial
We're gonna need a redacted box so that no one lip reads Michael saying that.
I have an army of people ready to volunteer.
And you need to make sure that the redaction is not, when held up on another website, visible, which seems to be happening right now.
Yeah, they were doing digital redactions in PDF, and I think all you needed was like an Acrobat, like the professional version of Acrobat, to just be able to copy and paste out of the redacted box.
They unredacted the Epstein files with that trickery.
That is just such classic. And at this point, is anyone surprised, or
No.
do we not find this typical of how this administration handles things?
No,
Yeah.
dopey.
Can we talk about the Epstein files now?
Sure.
Absolutely.
Now
Because
they're out.
well, they're not all the way out, but I feel like the Trump administration, I don't know, they released a lot of noise, right? And they're letting out all these things that are clearly not true or unsubstantiated, so that every time they can bring, like, I don't know, have you guys heard like the most depraved stuff that's come out?
Lake Michigan.
Yeah, the Lake Michigan thing. There was a girl or
I didn't hear about Lake Michigan. Can you hit me with a quick summary?
Jeremy, you could probably do it better than I can.
I want to get it right. Some older guy has come forward. He's like a former chauffeur driver, and said that some family relation of his was on a boat with Trump and a young lady, and they took her baby, who I guess the backstory has some sort of relevance to a third party unnamed, and threw it off the boat and killed it in the presence of Donald Trump. That's what this guy is alleging in both video clips and in an email testimony.
So there's another limo driver. I don't know if you're conflating two stories, or because there was a limo driver who drove a young woman who claimed that she was raped by Donald Trump, and that,
Different.
and that she would never tell anybody because she would be killed, and then she ended up being killed. The one I heard a different thing with the Lake Michigan was not that Donald.
Oh, go ahead.
It was like not that Donald Trump was present, but he was like behind, like he was the father of that baby that was already dead by the time they got on the boat, and they threw the remains off the boat. Like they killed the baby.
Interesting.
What I'm saying is, there's all these things that like go way beyond anything that we think is actually going on, right? And then they go out to the public goes, ooh, they get all excited, and then they come out and say, no, it's not true, and here's why. And then they tell you, and it's very plausible that it's not true, because I don't know that he went that far, or he could go that far,
Right.
But
prove that, if we're going to say that.
yeah,
occasion.
right.
Yeah.
But so now, like, we're all becoming numb to this now,
Right.
Like everything that comes out that's salacious turns out to be not true, and it's believably not true. And so now we're becoming numb to the cycle, so that if something eventually does make its way out there,
Fake news.
we won't be paying attention at that point. Like I'm already tuning out because I'm being inundated with fake shit,
Yeah.
He's the king of flood the zone. So, all right, I have to release the Epstein files. Let's do it in such a torrent and a tsunami that None of it seems real, and it's all just puts everyone on overload.
Yeah.
Right. And blame my enemies.
So we need to be vigilant.
And blame the Biden crime family.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I have a rule of verify before, putting in an AI funny or writing a tweet. I have to kind of trust the sources that the information's coming from. And, not to say I haven't been fooled, once or twice or three or four or five times in my, history of satiring. But I've become a little bit more weathered in terms of what sources I take as the gospel. And if you have any history of having said something that was then proven untrue, I can't take you at your glory word that what you're saying is accurate. Yeah. And it's never the case with the most salacious stuff. It's never like verified and proven by, multiple sources. So that stuff at the moment falls into that bucket for me. But I agree with what you're saying. Yeah. This is certainly a drips and drabs of crazy, the worst stories.
Right.
There's even like a rehash of some of the old stories that I can't believe because I've seen them debunked a bunch. Like there's a young woman who's like giving an interview, claims Trump raped her when she was 14 or 15, named Katie Johnson, I think her name is. And like I've seen that come out for like at least 10 years now and then be immediately debunked.
Right.
And no one of like a legitimate news source has said, hey, this girl actually, she was raped and then took her story back and it's true.
Right.
It's just all gossip.
Yeah, and I think that's the same story that I'm thinking of where it's like it's in a court document, like she sued him or something, or somebody sued on her behalf.
Right.
And that doesn't make it true just because it's in the document. It just means that's what somebody said. But everybody points to it and you're like, see, he raped a 14-year-old. It's in this court document.
Yeah. It does us a disservice, this stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because whatever he did do, like, it's clear he was thick as thieves with Jeffrey Epstein for like at least a decade. And the one thing that did come out was that he had taken a lot more Epstein flights than foretold.
Right.
So that was something I was willing to joke around about. But we haven't seen, because they haven't either released it or they redacted it or they used, better Sharpie redaction on, on those pages, anything that has incriminated him directly other than things that contradict his own lies. But sometimes like Trump lies because he's in the moment and not because he's covering up. Like he just says shit.
Yeah.
And it gets hard to discern between those things. But like, I've never even met Jeffrey Epstein. Like that kind of thing is clearly a lie. But is that him denying
we were not that
culpability?
Right.
Yeah, we weren't that close.
I
was
wouldn't
never on
say
his
we
plane.
were good friends.
He's a coffee boy. Like all those things, that's just him talking. Like he's responding. So it's a hard mess to unravel right now. I'm with you. I think we're seeing like a disservice done to the truth.
Yes. There's just so much slop out there in terms of like AI generated videos too. Like we're being lied to all over the place. I saw a video the other day that showed a New York City cop yelling at ICE in the subway. You get your fucking hands off that person. This is our city. We run it. You're under arrest,
I saw that.
Right. And now we don't have to have this conversation, but I'll just say as a preface to this as to why I had to check my reaction is I don't like any cops. I do not think there are any good cops, period, end of story. So when I found myself going, oh, good for that cop, I was like, okay, this can't be real. And then I slowed it down and it was fake. It was an AI fake. The ICE shirt actually didn't say ICE. It said PICE, P-I-C-E.
I usually get IICE in my AI creations.
Yeah, but it was a fake. And I was like, okay, so now who is putting this out to make people feel good that like there's someone out there protecting us, from these evil ICE people? Is that also from the administration? Just are we getting flooded with that shit?
Yeah.
And who's, there's nobody like curating this material in a way that's trustworthy. And so it's going to be like finding a needle in a haystack when you're allowed to redact needles from the haystack.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, I'm creating AI stuff on the daily, right? But none of my stuff is cartoonish. I'm not creating like reality moments. So usually my shit's set to music,
Yeah.
But I am aware that like there is AI content now, largely image and not video. The videos are kind of now starting to become a problem.
Yeah.
But there is like a whole bevy of footage or sort of images of Donald Trump with any manner of underage girl on an airplane.
Right.
Yeah.
And none of them are real.
Yeah, they're all fake.
Yep.
And I think that's coming from them too. I hate to get paranoid and conspiratorial, but
No, they have every incentive to flood the zone.
Yeah.
Oh, why would they flood the zone with that? Of course they have incentives to.
yeah, easily debunkable.
You are watching Generation Exile.
Really hate that sad loser, Mr. Newberger.
Who, me?